Hi guys, my name's Craig and welcome to Small Farmer Life. I breed pure breed poultry of all types, lots of different types of chickens, guinea fowl, quails, and I'll be branching out into ducks. Eventually I'm building a big pond just down the bottom of the field and I'll be finishing that off this winter. But I'm sorry I haven't been posting any videos for the last 9 months. As you know, we've all been stuck in with this worldwide pandemic that we've been going through. A lot of us have been on lockdown. I have been able to get out and do some work with my other business, but as far as the farm goes, it's been stopped in its tracks. I haven't been able to get some of the materials I need to build certain fences so I can have free ranging hens. I just haven't been able to get the materials because the supply chain's been knackered. And I'm supposing you've had the same problems. I can't allow people on the farm and I don't want to be posting out fertile hatching eggs to customers and endangering any of my customers. But no matter what farm you're going to be starting, a small farm, a homestead, a small holding, it all takes the same sort of effort and you're going to go through the same sort of things. Whether that's to do with planning, permitted development rights, what type of animals you're going to be raising, or what type of vegetables and produce you're going to be growing. It's all in the same basket. Now, like I say, I do poultry, but this is what you need to understand when you're starting a small farm, that what you do is going to determine the success of your small farm. And that means you're going to have to niche down. You can't be competing with supermarkets and large farmers who are literally pressured into selling their produce at a very low cost because the supermarkets are just pushing it out there. I mean, supermarkets these days aren't even taking vegetables that are not the right shape and don't look right, which is just stupid if you ask me. It's perfectly good food and it should never be going to waste, but thousands and millions of tons of food get thrown away every year. On this channel though, we're going to be concentrating on specialty products to get your farm off to the best start. Things like specialty mushrooms. Like if you're going to grow mushrooms, then you want to be a master of growing mushrooms. And you can grow many different types that are not available in the supermarkets. We're not talking about little button mushrooms or chestnut mushrooms or something like that. We're talking about big oyster mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and mushrooms that don't travel well. We're talking about raising animals to the best that they can be raised, like grass-fed. Anything that is not coming out of the meat production machine, because they're big massive companies, conglomerates that control what you eat and how it's raised, and it's not raised in the best situation. But on a small farm you can change what you're going to be growing season on season, so you can test out little different things. It's harder for a large farm to do that, and you are going to come across lots of things the same as what I've came across when I started on my small farm. Everything from planning, permitted development, do you want to eventually live on your farm? Where can you find land to farm? Are you going to buy it? Are you going to rent it? Are you going to lease it? How are you going to get the land to farm? And what sort of laws are around what you intend to do with your farm? Because if you are keeping chickens, for instance, or sheep or goats, then you're going to, if you've got a certain amount of chickens over 40, you need to be registered with a CPH number, and that's a government body that controls the movement of animals around the UK. In America it could be different, but I'm sure you've got the same sort of systems in place. Now you will also come across things like fencing. What type of fencing do you need to build to keep your animals in the right place? What type of fencing do you need to build so vermin and rabbits and other things can't get into your vegetable plots? What type of buildings do you need to grow mushrooms in? Or what type of place do you need to store animal feed to keep vermin up there? Because rats and mice are going to be prevalent on any farm no matter what, and they're going to be in the bedding what you keep for your animals, and they're going to be trying to get at the food that you've got for your animals. And also purchasing food. How are you going to purchase the food? You can't go out and buy 120 kilo sack at a time, because if you do, it's going to cost a fortune. You're going to need to buy a certain amount to keep the price down. How are you going to market your produce? Are you going to market to top end restaurants? Are you going to market locally? Are you going to go to farmers markets? Now imagine you went to a farmers market and you just had all the same stuff on one stall: carrots, potatoes, mushrooms, certain things, all different things. Or you had a stall that just had lots of different specialty mushrooms. If somebody's looking for mushrooms, who are they going to go to? They're going to go to the guy who's got everything, or the guy who's just got all the best mushrooms and all the rare mushrooms that you can't purchase in a supermarket. And you can charge a premium for that. It's the same for me with my pure breed poultry. I can charge a premium because I only deal in pure breed poultry. So when you order fertile hatching eggs off me, you're going to be guaranteed to get the right breed of chicken. Some people just get chickens and they have lots of different breeds and they have one cockerel running with them, and then you just end up with loads of different mixed breeds of chickens. Now that's fine if you just want a couple of chickens for some fresh eggs daily, which a lot of people do. If you're just a hobby farmer, you might just want to have a certain amount of vegetables and a couple of chickens so you can give your family the best food possible without it travelling thousands of miles before it gets to your plate and having no nutrients or vitamins left in the stuff. And there's so much more involved around running a farm. Everything from clothing. What type of clothing do you need? You're going to be going out in hail. You're going to be going out in rain, blizzards. You're going to be going out in storms. You're going to be dealing with situations that I've dealt with, that every other farmer's dealt with. It's not going to all be easy. It's going to be hard, and you are going to get down. Now, this is an excellent lifestyle to live. It's a healthy lifestyle to live. You're always on the go, and you're going to be spending a lot of time doing things around the farm. Keeping the place just clean and tidy is a task in itself. But you need to notice when animals are poorly and when or what you need to do to make your animals healthy all the time, year round. You need to notice problems when problems arise. And that's what this channel is all about. It's going to be helping you guys avoid some of the mistakes I've come across. Like I had a problem with the respiratory of the chickens, so they had a respiratory problem and I was losing them hand over fist, and it took me a while to get to grips with it, and then I have to stop it ever happening again. And it can be other birds bringing it in, wild birds bringing it in, it could be people coming into your farm. You need to have proper dips so the people can dip their feet in it and it'll wash off any germs that they're bringing into the farm. If you're keeping your feed in barns, you need to have it in containers, proper containers, so rats can't get at it, because the more the rats can feed, the more they're going to breed. And it's the same with the bedding. You need to be able to put things in the right places. Planning out your farm is one of the biggest things that when you first start out is plan your farm. Right, we've got a video on that. I've got a video on it and I'm going to show you how I plan my farm out, what software I use to do it, and then stick to that plan. Like I say, you might want to live on your farm in the future, and what laws are around living on your farm. You've maybe got to be means tested, and I'll show you how that happens and how people go about getting means tested, and then you get a right to live on your farm for so long. Because a lot of people think if they just start a farm, get a couple of sheep, a couple of cows, then that constitutes a farm. Well, in the UK, they've caught on to that one now, and councils will not just let you move on a farm just because you've got a couple of sheep. It doesn't happen like that. You have got to put in the time and effort, and they want to see that you are what you say you are, and that's a farmer. And a farmer does not have to have thousands of acres. These large farmers who've got thousands of acres have also got lots and lots of debt, unless they're lucky enough to have millions of pounds when they purchased the farm in the first place. You see it on documentaries all the time where it involves chickens, where they're kept in debt just so the big companies can stop them from moving on, or literally keeping them in debt so they can control them. Being a small farmer, it's up to you. It's your life. That's what the lifestyle's about. It's being in control of your own life, eating healthy, growing healthy foods, like raising animals so the animals have the best life possible. You're giving them the best life possible, and then you and your conscience can be clear that your farm is doing the best, and everybody knows that your farm, a local farm, provides and sells the best produce available. On this channel, guys, you're going to learn all about that. You're going to learn about how to build things, how to build erect fences, should I say, different types of fencing for different types of animals, when you should be letting your animals out, how to keep chickens laying through the winter, all sorts of things, all sorts of interesting things. If you're only a backyard farmer, then there's plenty of them out there. Urban farms are becoming massive. You might learn some more things, and if you've got things to learn me, I'd love to know about it. So if you've got any comments or you have any questions, you want to see any videos on certain subjects, then you can leave them in the comment section below. And I'll be hoping I'll be leaving about 2 videos a week, and I'll be doing that for the foreseeable future. Like I say, I've got my little studio here now, so I can do them in all weather, and I hope to see you guys around here more often. And if you want to be notified of the videos and upcoming videos that I will be releasing, hit the bell button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, then feel free to subscribe. It's your choice. Until next time, guys, my name's Craig. You've been watching The Small Farmer Life. Bye for now. See ya.